Now we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty of what Indians are all about.
I still say we Indian people are believers in the truth. This is the way of life that was given to your people. You're born an Indian, you're going to die an Indian. Indianness is a good life. You're facing an Indian this afternoon.
Good Saturday afternoon out there, everyone, and welcome to your number one source for Native American television news, Native News Today. I'm your host, Jason Salzman, here joining you from the Mvskoke Media Studios as we get ready for this week's episode. Very exciting time here at Mvskoke Media, as well as Mvskoke Creek Nation in general. The big festival coming up, and we get ready for it every year. Festival is one of those things, no matter how much you prepare, it's going to be a little bit chaotic for those that are working and the employees out there, but want everyone to have a fun and safe festival weekend this year. A lot of things happening, a lot of heat too, so be mindful of that. We always like to visit with different departments out there that are making sure the folks are staying hydrated as well as staying rested and staying cool. And there's some ways to do that. We might share that with you as we get closer to the festival here on our outlets, Mvskoke Media. Keep it with us. Always have a great run up to the festival, and this year will be no different. Lots of things happening, as well as we have our booth that we'll have out there as always. So come by and see us. I'll be there. Jared will be there. Come by, tell us you see the show, you enjoy it. We want to. We'll have some T-shirts for sale out there, things like that. You can represent Mvskoke Media. So we want everybody to just have a great time and come see us as well. We want to visit with you. We want to visit with the people that we cover and that we put this show out to. So come by and say hi. We've got a great show this week. Lots of things out there to cover, including the White River Wranglers, 3 Mvskoke Creek brothers that get the show started at the Dixie Stampede in Branson, Missouri. Also, the opening of the Reintegration Program's Transitional Living Facility and Administrative Offices. It's a big day for them, and a day that many would look forward to seeing. And we're so glad we were able to show it to you here on the show as they cut the ribbon on that great facility. Also, a look at the opening of the Red Stick Art Gallery in downtown Altmulgee. All that and more. Please don't go anywhere and come right back with us. We're going to take this first break. You're watching Native News Today. The countdown has begun for the Mvskoke Creek Nation's marquee event, the 43rd Annual Mvskoke Nation Festival. It all happens June 22nd through 25th in Altmulgee. Come out and enjoy cultural activities, food, arts and crafts, sports competitions, the All-Indian Rodeo that started it all, the annual parade through historic downtown, carnival rides for the kids, and live entertainment. Friday night is Country Night with Delta Ray at 7 p.m., followed by Grammy Award winner Leanne Womack at 9. Saturday night is Blues Night starting at 7 with Johnny Lang, and ending with headliner Kenny Wayne Shepherd. Concerts are free to attend and are located at the amphitheater stage at the Claude Cox Omniplex in Altmulgee. For more information, including maps, schedules, and entry forms, please visit creekfestival.com. And welcome back to the program as we get started with our features for this week. And our lead feature this week takes us to Branson, Missouri, ironically by way of right here in the capital city, Altmulgee, Oklahoma. The Baldridge boys grew up here in Altmulgee, still lots of family around the area, but they went on in their life, traveled the world over to play their bluegrass music as the Goldwing Express, the 3 brothers, as well as their dad, calling Pops. And they were the Goldwing Express for many years, traveling all over, lots of travel, lots of time away from the family. They now, with a wonderful opportunity, wonderful gig at the Dixie Stampede, Dolly Parton's world's largest dinner show theater, They're in Branson, Missouri. If you've ever been to Branson, a lot of people out there, there's so many things to do entertainment-wise, but that's top of the line, the Dixie Stampede. And they are the White River Wranglers as the opening act there. The Baldridge Boys, Mvskoke Creek Trio, they're in Branson.
Well, when we got the position here at the Dixie Stampede, that's what we were asking as ourselves, what's our name going to be? And they said, well, due to the history that's around here, everything is White River. So they did some research, and so they decided to call us the White River Wranglers. And it does go with the theme that they have here at Dixie Stampede. Originally from Oklahoma, a lot of our music began when we were just very young. I was 10 years old when I started on the banjo, and our dad actually took us to a music festival. The first one was in Langley, Oklahoma, and then we went to Hugo, Oklahoma, and when we were there, we visited some bluegrass festivals. At the age of 10, I saw the banjo and I wanted to learn how to play the 5-string banjo. My oldest brother, Paul, he had to play the guitar, because at that time we were watching that movie Deliverance. We wanted to learn how to play the dueling banjos. So that's how it kind of started for us. On our mother's side, our mom was full-blood Native Creek Indian, and when we were just small, I remember going to Creek Nation, playing for Chief Claude Cox at that time, and we played for different chiefs, and we got opportunities down through the years to play for the powwow. They'd bring us in for the Creek Festival, and we would see some of our own family members out there doing some of the powwow dancing and some of the fancy dancing, and we got into more of the country bluegrass style music, seeing as what the banjo and the guitar was, and so that's how we kind of veered off that direction. But we still have family that are a big part of the Creek Festival. When this opportunity came to play for Dolly Parton's Dixie Stampede, I remember moving to Branson back in 91, 92. And I just lived just out back here. I remember when this place was first going up, but I lived in some apartments just out back and just saw the great big building and Dolly Parton's name. And I always told myself, one day, I would love to have a job here at Dixie Stampede. And you know, we kept performing the different bluegrass festivals, the different corporate events, and just over the years, we have went everywhere, all over the United States, into Canada, and we were doing probably 125,000 miles in a year's time. And then when we got the phone call to come here and try out for this, it was just a dream come true. And sometimes I do have to catch myself because I think, is this really happening? So we're very, very thankful, and we're very proud to be a part of this dinner attraction. Because everywhere we go, everybody says, oh yeah, I know about that place. So just the whole entire performance from start to finish, it just keeps you on the edge of your seat. So we're glad to be a part of it.
I play the doghouse bass. A lot of people call it the bull fiddle. I call it the doghouse because me and my wife go round and round sometimes. So I like to call it the doghouse. But as for playing with my brothers, it's a blessing. Our dad brought us up in the music industry. My dad was a pastor of an Assembly of God church for a lot of our younger days. And we was the music ministry in our church. So that's kind of where we got our foundation, was playing those good old gospel songs in church. I would call our career our college. We take all of that, all of our past, and we bring it all and we mold it to this stage that we are in today here at Dolly Parton's Dixie Stampede. They liked what they saw. That's why they asked us to come here and be a part of this fine corporation. Our dad's side of the family were all musically inclined, and our mom was actually musically inclined. She played the clarinet in high school. And I think a lot of that also comes from my mom's side of the family. My brother Steve had mentioned about playing for Claude Cox, the chief of Creek Nation. And we've been honored to play for different chiefs down through the years at Creek Nation. And they kind of know our name, and it's an honor to get to play for the chief of Creek Nation, whoever it may be at the time. But our heritage is something to be very proud of.
We probably would be miserable if we had to work without one another. You know, we give each other a hard time, but it's I guess you could say a dream come true. And especially now that we kind of don't have to travel the roads, we get to stay right here in Branson and work for one of the finest establishments in the entertainment business, and that's Dolly Parton's Dixie Stampede. It's a great honor. And we're humbled, you know. I'm kind of the silent majority. You know, we all give each other ideas and stuff, and I'll make the final say so. No, I just. The greatest pleasure for us is to bring smiles to the families and people here that come to Branson, and you know, it's like I said, it's a great honor for us and a privilege to get to work here. We try to do our very best to represent the Creek Mvskoke Indian tribe from Mvskoke, Oklahoma. You know, it's an honor to get to tell people that we are Creek, and our mother was full-blooded. We used to travel the Bluegrass Festival circuit all over America, and it just feels good to get to stay here, stay home, be with our wives and kids, you know. And really, that's, you know, got every restaurant you can eat at around here, and we just love it.
It was so nice visiting with Steve, Paul, Sean, the guys there. They, you know, with open arms, and everybody at the Dixie Stampede just rolled out the red carpet for us and got everything we needed as far as access to those gentlemen for the interviews, and we want to thank them. And that was a great story. I think if you're up there in the area, please go by and see them. They love to see people from back home, and they also love to talk about their heritage with people that want to talk about it, and it's a big part of their show. So a great big thanks to everybody involved there with that story. We had a great time on it. Well, moving right along, a dream of the Mvskoke Creek Nation reintegration program has now been realized as they've cut the ribbon on their transitional living facility and their administrative offices. This is going to open up a whole new world for the Mvskoke Nation reintegration program, which is a trendsetter in this, in what they do for tribes everywhere. So it's a wonderful day. We were glad to be there to talk with them about the opening.
You know, this is a very proud day for us. We've been working on this project for 3 solid years, but it's been a dream of ours for probably 3 years before that. Things fell in place for us that we were able to receive a planning grant and do some research and get some data to support the ideas that we thought should be implemented. This campus is who we are as Native people, because, you know, once you have paid your debt to society, you're brought back in and you're free and clear. You're forgiven, and you're put back up on the right path. We don't believe in throwing our citizens away, and so we have a place for them to go. It doesn't matter what they've done in the past. Our past is our past. Our future is what matters, and then we want to drive that aspect home. So by doing that, we look at life-sustaining needs first: clothing, housing, food, and also the mental side of things, whether it be mental health, whether it be health in general, whatever the case may be. Then we look at long-range goals as far as getting fines and fees taken care of. I have a legal department here that goes and advocates for their fines and fees and any issues they have legally. We provide driver's license reinstatement. We provide substance abuse counseling, inpatient, outpatient treatment. We have some apprenticeship training. So we do a number of different things. And not only do we do it ourselves, but the wraparound services the tribe supports us with also plays a huge part of that.
We've been working, and I think probably one of the first tribes in the country to have reintegration, even though at one time we just had one person to go visit inmates and help them get reintegrated back into society. And it's grown to what we have today. As one of the largest tribes in the country, we're also the leader in reintegration. And so have the facility we have before us today, open it up, and having a direct handoff from incarceration back into society with people trained to help them, I think It instills the values of our people in the folks that are coming back. And if we use those values and teach them to our people that are coming out, that have been through rough times, we'll see successes. We know that already. And so we just hope that this emerges them into an environment that really helps propel them back to being good citizens of the community and productive, being back with their families, and so that we can enjoy their company as well.
The housing units, they're fourplex, and if you look at them, they're named after either carry our Mvskoke names for bear, for wind, and for raccoon, and so the fourplex living area, there's some allocated for women, some allocated for men. And basically it's better than an apartment. It looks like a house on the inside because, you know, they've already done their time. They're free and clear. We want to put them into an atmosphere of healing and forgiveness. So once they come into the program, then we start doing cognitive behavior therapy. So we have a battery of classes, whether it be thinking for a change, victim's impact, maybe it's life skills, relationship building, all those classes. We put them through a orientation and put them through those classes to start training their mind to think differently.
The structure of the program here, the time they can spend here, the support they have are going to be indicators that we will be successful. And we have been successful already. It's great to have a new facility that also reinforces that.
And we want to thank you once again and congratulate the Mvskoke Creek Nation Reintegration Program. What a wonderful day for them to see that transitional living facility. And folks, just to give you a quick idea, this is really going to be a game changer because that facility allows them to have those transitioning from incarceration back to society. Our Mvskoke citizens come through there, have a place to stay, and also have a place to receive counseling, educational tips, educational advancement, just to basically get back into society in a way that's more of a smooth transition than usual. You know, most of the time they're out there on their own and everything like that. So that gives them a place to stay, a good balance, a good, somewhere stability, and be able to get those classes, that counseling, that's invaluable. So it's a wonderful thing there. Moving on to our last story, the opening of the Red Stick Gallery in downtown Okmulgee, sort of a gift shop for the Creek Nation, and you guys can start visiting it now, but we were glad to be there for the opening.
Red Stick Gallery is fully owned by the Mvskoke Creek Nation, and it's operated by our department, the Cultural Center and Archives. It's just one piece of the programming and the functions of our department. So, of course, we're over the council house. We're working on the restoration and the reinterpretation of it. And once it's open to the public again, it'll be a historic site museum. And a common function of any museum is to have a gift shop. So our gift shop has come before as we do these things, kind of piece them together. And eventually we'll start, this will be an extension of the Cultural Center as well. It'll be part of it. So that's kind of where the gift shop fits in. So we have a vendor packet that's available. If you'll contact the Red Stick Gallery, you can reach us by going to creeknationgiftshop.com. Our email is redstickgallery@mcn-nsn.gov. The vendor packet gives all of the information that we require of our artists. So that's the one way if we purchase things outright from artists. The other thing that we are doing is consignments as well, and that will be kind of an agreement that we'll have to come to on a case-by-case basis. Since everything here is by living artists, that's one of the things we really want to promote is living Mvskoke artists. And so that's something that would definitely be a future consideration in terms of history is now, of course, and so I think in 50 years there will be plenty of people that want to look at yarn work styles or basketry styles and that sort of thing. So that is definitely something that we're considering. Right now, it's been pretty much on a first come, first served basis, but we are getting calls every day from new and different artists, and we're certainly open to, we really want to showcase the variety and the depth and the breadth of Mvskoke Creek artisans. And so we don't really have a focus right now, a very strict focus of exactly what we want, because we're really just doing the finding right now and culling an artist pool. When we eventually get the funding for the visitor center at the council house, that will facilitate more of a gallery space. As you can see, it's pretty full in here right now with our gift shop inventory, but that's where the more planned out gallery and rotating gallery space is going to be at. Those are our two biggest projects right now, is the council house, and then in this next fiscal year, we're really going to start gearing up the planning of the cultural center, so the big cultural center. So that's going to be one of the things, and I'm hoping that we can get lots of community input for that. Right now, the hours are Monday through Friday, 9 to 4:30, and we're always open at creeknationgiftshop.com.
Okay, that's going to wrap us up for another episode of Native News Today. And if you want to see all the great things that are available there at the Red Stick Gallery, or some of the, just browse really and shop, they do have a website. It's creeknationgiftshop.com. So you can go there and look at some of the things, or you can in person. It's right across from the historic council house on the square in downtown Altmulgee. So very great location for them, and check it out if you're in the Altmulgee area. We want to thank everybody that made the show happen this week, all of our subjects for sure, the White River Wranglers formerly, and still sometimes the Gold Wing Express, trio of Mvskoke Creek brothers there, Steve, Paul, and Sean Baldridge, and want to thank them for having us up to the Dixie Stampede. Very much gracious with their time, and all the people there getting us facilitated with that interview. So I want to thank them. Also, Tony Fish, Reintegration Program staff, everybody down there that does a great job. They've been such a big part of this show. We've done many, many stories, and we've sort of, you know, in a chronological way, have been there with them every step of the way with our stories and their growth. So it's neat for us to be there, sort of for this to come into fruition. So it's wonderful news for that program, also the Creek Nation, and it was a big day for everybody there. So glad we could be there and share it with our audience. And once again, Red Stick Gallery, those folks doing a great job downtown. Want to remind you, everybody out there, keep subscribing to us on YouTube. You get all of our stuff on demand at your fingertips, and when you get an alert whenever we upload something right then. So it's a great resource for our folks that are out of area and those that are on mobile devices. So definitely subscribe to our YouTube channel, Mvskoke Creek Nation Native News Today, Mvskoke Media, and keep going to MvskokeMedia.com for all things Mvskoke Creek Nation. We've got you covered. For Jared Moore, Devaney Lux Singer, I'm Jason Salzman, all of us here at Native News Today. You guys have a great week. We'll see you next time.